You say you moved on, but have you really? A lot of people think they found peace and are ready to carry on with life. But the fact of the matter is, they haven't let go. They haven't truly forgiven. They are just carrying all of this negativity around this one person or this one event. So when it comes to new opportunities, when it comes to being presented with the chance to move forward, they fumble, they sabotage, they bottle it. Sound a bit like you? Yeah, you're not alone. The number of people I speak to in a coaching capacity around moving forward is unreal. We always want to venture off to the next big thing, sometimes sooner than anticipated, without realizing that what we're doing right now is bringing our shit from the last situation into the new prospects of life. This isn't to sound bad, but whether it's something as simple as an ex breaking up with you, or the way your parents treated you when you were growing up, or it could be quite traumatic to something you experienced growing up. And believe me, I've heard some fucked up stories you wouldn't want to wish upon anyone. But the fundamental issue that still remains present is this inability to forgive, let go, and then subsequently move forward. That's what this video is about today. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Because whatever it is that you're struggling to move forward with, the reality is time is still ticking. And until you genuinely make peace with whatever it was that done you wrong, the thing that left the scars and cut you deep, you'll always carry that feeling with you. But before we do that, a couple of YouTube house rules, as you don't already know. I always get DMs and messages saying that video was great. When's the full video coming out? I can't wait to watch. Well, I tend to upload weekly. So if you're a fan of this unfiltered nature, of my random outbursts of motivational stuff, to my guests taking down their filters, getting quite personal and real and authentic on the podcast scene, can I ask you politely to hit that subscribe button? I'm on this journey of making this unfiltered brand be something normalized within our generation. And you won't know it, but subscribing makes the biggest difference. So again, if you're a fan, subscribe, a like, and even some commentary in regards to what you feel about this video, what you feel about the other videos I posted, what you feel about the stuff that I'm talking about. It goes a long way. So with that being said, let's get back to talking about forgiveness. So Jay Shetty says, forgiveness isn't about the other person. Forgiveness is about you. It's about setting yourself free. And right now, if you're struggling to forgive, in the words of Jay, you aren't free. So let's flip the script and talk about unforgiveness to paint the picture of what it's currently doing to you. Did you ever notice the person who's hurt you the most right now is out there living their life while you're still replaying the pain over and over again? So you're not punishing them by holding on to this anger. You're punishing yourself. Let's be real. How much energy have you wasted thinking about someone who doesn't even think about you? I won't even lie to you. I've spent months thinking about people who have done me wrong. And this ain't even from a dating/romantic situation. I'm talking about personal situations too. Yeah, that shit felt infuriating. Let's talk some unfiltered facts, which aren't facts, but are my unfiltered opinions. Holding on to anger, resentment, and bitterness is like carrying a backpack full of bricks every single day. That shit's heavy. I threw this one out recently. Holding on to pain from someone who's broken your heart and done you quite dirty. It's like carrying a manky, old, buzz sock with you, whether that's in your pocket or in your clutch. It stinks bad. And you're taking that with you on every date you go on moving forward. The dirty odor of unforgiveness is stinking up the bar, the coffee place, wherever it is that you are with your date right now. What do you think your date is taking from this? See, you think you are just remembering, but really, you're just keeping yourself in the same moment over and over again. So let me break it down for you what unforgiveness is actually doing for you. Number one, it keeps you stuck in the past. Imagine trying to drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. You can't. You're gonna crash. Every time you dwell on what happened, you're reliving the pain instead of releasing it. The sad truth, as time passes by, you realize they've moved on, but you haven't. That's it. That is time you're not getting back. That's opportunities now that you've missed out on because you have allowed yourself to stay stuck. Number two, it gives them control over your emotions. You ever see their name pop up somewhere and you just get that feeling? You ever see their story pop up on the gram or on TikTok, you see a random video of them and you're just like, yo, what the? That means they still have power over you. And they don't even have to be in the same room as you right now. They're on your phone. And now you're fuming even more by what you see? Think about that for a second. Why are you letting someone who once hurt you keep hurting you every single day? People have said this before, and it's something I agree with. You can't heal in the same place that broke you, and you sure as hell can't move forward while dragging the past behind you. And let me talk about number three. It's destroying your mental health in your future. Bitterness turns into stress. Stress turns into sickness. And if you dig a little bit more deeper, when you're holding on to this resentment, it affects everyone around you. Think about how snappy you are to your family. Think about how snappy you are to your friends. Think about your mindset and the way you turn up at work. How snappy are you right now in regards to your new date or your new partner? Is this ringing any bells? This is because pain leaks. Unforgiveness doesn't stay in one place. It poisons everything it touches. You think by not forgiving you're strong, but in reality, you're just stuck. You think holding on to pain protects you, but it's actually keeping you in pain. You think forgiveness means weakness, but it takes real strength to let go. So let's go on to those hard truths in regards to what's going on right now. Let's be real, let's be honest. People don't forgive, not because they can't, but because they feel they shouldn't. You might believe that forgiving them means they get away with it. It wasn't a big deal. And again, you're weak for letting go. But here's the truth. You're not holding on to pain to punish them. You're holding on because you still think it serves you. That shit don't serve you. Maybe you're waiting for an apology, a sign, a moment where they finally see the damage that they've left behind. But what if it never comes? Hey, listen, I learned very quickly how fast people can move on without truly acknowledging what they were losing when they hurt me. And best believe, I told myself early on, they ain't never coming back to apologize. They ain't never coming back to give me an explanation, to make it make sense. They don't care. So why am I holding on to it? Let me ask you, are you wasting years of your life waiting on someone who isn't even thinking about you? Oprah said it best. True forgiveness is when you can say, thank you for that experience. That's the shift we're after. When you stop waiting for something external and realize forgiveness is about freeing yourself, not them. And it's about how you want to carry on moving forward. And the first time I said this to a prospective client, who then signed on eventually, she responded with I hear what you're saying, but I just don't know how. What would you suggest? So I walked them through how I learned about forgiveness, went for a number of exercises with them within our coaching space, and I'm going to share some of those gems with you. So how to actually forgive? Firstly, you got to acknowledge the pain. Stop acting like it didn't hurt. It did. The betrayal, the words, the actions, it all left a mark. Let's not cover that shit up. Healing doesn't come from pretending. It comes from facing it head on. So firstly, we've got to get it all out. Acknowledge everything and get deep and real with this. I tell all my clients all the time when we go through our forgiveness exercise, write it all down. Don't keep it surface level, write it all down. Dig that shit right up. And if you're not a fan of writing, voice note it to yourself. Best believe I did this once. I just went off on a tangent. And when I heard myself back, damn, you can really hear the pain when you hear yourself talk with that level of emotion. I think the word liberating was an understatement in regards to what I took from that experience. Secondly, and it's been a running theme throughout this video, it's about understanding forgiveness is about you. Let me make this clear. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was okay. Like I said earlier, I've spoken to some people who have gone through some fucked up traumatic experiences that we don't wish upon anyone to experience. What this is about is saying it won't control me anymore. I've seen this quote thrown around. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting them to die, when the truth is it only hurts you. So once you've acknowledged your pain and you can start to see how this is going to help you out, it will begin to make the process a lot more easier. So then thirdly, you then go to changing the narrative. It's the reverse psychology I like to throw out there, because let's be honest, no matter how painful, no matter how traumatic, no matter how infuriating or really wounding this experience was, I know it's going to sound bad, but it's taught you something. What if the pain you're carrying was actually the thing that led you to the next level? What if this heartbreak, betrayal, or disappointment is exactly what makes you stronger? Reframe that mindset now, people. You're not a victim. You're a survivor. This is what's available when you change the narrative. And finally, I call this one DD, decide daily, because forgiveness isn't a one-time thing. You don't wake up, forgive, let it all go, and all happy days. It's a daily decision to release yourself from the past. Every time those feelings creep back in, which they're gonna do because you're human and you're allowed to feel. You have to remind yourself, I'm not carrying this shit with me today. I'm not stinking up the place with that sock. This is when you consciously take action. And I'm not saying every day it needs to be a reminder. You put that in your journal, your gratitude, your affirmations, etc. Only when that stuff comes running back to you. Like if you watched a film or you've seen something and now you start to feel a little bit low on the back end of what you've just seen. Cool, those feelings are coming to you. That's when you remind yourself. That's when you tell yourself, nah, cool, yeah, not today. I'm not allowing myself to go back to that place. And that's it. We've talked about it all. The pain, the truth, and how to finally let go. But now it's your move. Let me ask you, who do you need to forgive today? It might be someone who hurt you years ago. It might be someone who let you down last week. It might be someone you're living with right now. Or maybe, just maybe, it's you. Because let's be honest, sometimes the hardest person to forgive right now is the person that's staring right back at you in the mirror. So here's the challenge. Decide right now. Are you ready to stop carrying this? If you are, I want you to drop one of those muscle emojis in the comments right now. Not for me, not for them, but for you. Let this be your sign. Let this be your moment to say, I'm done with being weighed down by this shit. I'm leveling up. I'm moving forward. If you feel it's something you want to shift out of and you want a little bit more of an unfiltered perspective on things, I'm inviting you personally to reach out and book yourself in to my permissions granted 30-minute call. The link is in the bio below. Why? because I know what it's like. When I spoke to my first coach about this pain, yeah, the relief that came out was literally shaking. Like, whoa, the emotions, yeah. I'm not sure how they took it, but for me personally, it felt hella emotional. It was a great start to be able to move forward in the way I really wanted to move forward. Now, I might not need to coach you long term, or at all for that matter, but at least we can begin to put yourself first, unpack that shit that's coming up, and give you some direction in regards to how it's choosing to bring you down right now. Sweet. Now, before you go, if this is at home and there's someone in your life that needs to hear this too, send it to them. Share it with the people who you feel need to understand a bit more about forgiveness. Because let's be honest, this message around forgiveness actually needs to be spread to a lot more people. And if you're ready for more conversations like this, hit that subscribe button. We're only getting started. All right, it's been your boy Pri, and I'll catch you next time on another video. Peace.